Hey there, Starship Renovators, Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship. Episode 29. We can grow the ship, so more throne. So once other people are awake, I'll have them converge on that southern wall, and we'll open that bad boy up. Just waiting for everyone to get their breakfast. So Mag's ready, break fire's ready. Liara's ready. Air Dog's about to be ready. Of course, the last one ready is the one with the Zeus hammer. Alright, we're full team. And let's see how well this works. So there's no turrets that have a line of sight where I am. I fully expect the Scythers to come blitzing out. So I'm going to want some distance. Buy me a little bit more time. Are we almost out? No, we're not nearly out of pikeman range. Let's keep falling back. That pikeman's gonna take pot shots at us. Buy us a little bit more time. I see the Cyclops going through the facility. That's next. No, don't do that. Step on out. Step on out. Move it, you one-eyed moron. Liara. Okay, Pike's dead. Fine. If you're not coming, I'm just gonna melt you on my ship shields. Ink. Activate. Activate. Oh, this is gonna suck. Skyra, dodge! Because the beams suck. So I think if they keep getting lured, the shields aren't gonna do anything against the Cyclops, but it will stop the burner from being annoying. But the Cyclops... Oh, you know what? I'm going to lure the Cyclops in and then melt it this way. Because the Cyclops' beams aren't very effective against turrets. So keeping this guy here... Yeah, he's dead. I like how fire can, like, land on space. Yes. I might as well conserve ammo. So for the burner... I'm gonna lure him to the mid-bridge and then just light him up with my gunners. So come on. Come on, burner. Move. Because I'm protected with ship shields, so it's not like it can do anything to me. It's just gonna get melted. And because he's in the middle, the walls aren't getting impacted by gunfire. Done! So now, the only thing guarding the grav engine is a singular turret, which is a whole lot of nothing to kill. That was surgical. I'd like to think. Can we walk through... Here, we'll go that way. Hey, Wasteland! Thank you for the raid, man! How's everything going on for you over the pond? You're playing Abiotic Factor for the 1.0? I have not actually returned back to that for 1.0. Is it, how are you enjoying it? Because I've only really played the chapters that were available in early access. So that's definitely something I'm going to need to check out. And thank you for the resub for like, for quite a lot of months. Okay, so we have the grav engine. Now we just need to clear out the gravelite panel room, plus the sealed container, which is going to be a lot of loot, and then some of the other side rooms. I'm not going to be able to do a lot of, okay. Wow, that's a lot of mech drop pods, oh my god. What the hell? So I was going to say is I'm not going to be able to do a lot of ship expansion with where I'm parked here, because I can't path around the ship. It's floating out in space. But, yeah. I'm also going to allow slag to be stored here, so we can get rid of the slag that's midship. Alright. Now that we have the grav field extender, I would like to use it. So I'm going to build another one. And that will like allow me to have more ship for my ship. There's still a little bit of daylight left. So I'm going to send my gunners over here, allowing Skyra off the hook so that she can shred mechs. Just to weaken the wall. I'm probably not all the way to destroying it, though. Alright. Pretty close to getting this thing cleared. So we're up to 1,500 tiles. And with the 2 extenders back here, I'll be able to add some lining to the throne room, making the throne room larger. And then I can expand out these zones, so I can have like a barracks and a kitchen. Moving my kitchen from here to here, which is going to have a higher capacity. It's going to be near the edge of the ship, so it's going to be easier to haul animals for butchery, and then to put the shuttle pad somewhere around there, taking advantage of like a built-in chimney for the shuttle pad. So that's the idea. Once I'm done with this platform. I'm also gonna bind to the Liara's blade, because like it is her blade. So although she's not really a brawler, I would not want like a slave to rebel and get bound to it. It just occurred to me, like, oh god, how nightmare would that be? Slave stealing my relic. So now that's not possible. Once everyone's up, we'll take out this group. So of this group, there's Scyther, Lancer, Scyther, Pikeman, Cyclops. It's a pretty big group for the Gravlight Guards. Although this group is separate, so they're not going to aggro. But still, that's a pretty big group for the Gravlight Guards. I'm kind of surprised that there's just so many. Alright, Stochastic is... I think we're good to go. Cheers. So Liara is ready to skip Skyra out of danger. Because popping this wall is going to wake him. We need to back up a little bit for the turrets. Here we go. Yeah, this is what we want. We want to be on the outer range of the Cyclops to bait out the Cyclops. The other thing we could do is go around the corner and then use line of sight braking. So something like this. Let's back up for the Scyther. Cool. Next one is a Lancer. Let's break line of sight again. Because then all we have is a pikeman chasing us, which is a joke. Come on. Move it. Move it or I skip rip you. What is your major malfunction? Mech dementia? Yes. The answer to that question was yes. Get over here. How do you suck so bad at melee that you're just like, hit me, you masochist. Alright, all that's left is the Lancer. We'll probably want to clear out this room. Well, actually, we don't really need to, because we can go through here. The Lancer's, hold on. I don't want the Lancer to get ah! Freaking what? You were... No, that's stupid. I mean, whatever. Air Dog's arm is still on. But the Lancer was being meleeed by Skyra and still somehow took a shot? Like, that's not how melee works. We had negated that... whatever. That's annoying, though. Because I literally skipped Skyra into position to avoid that situation, and then the game was like, haha, I don't care. And they got free hits on me. Ridiculous. Alright, the lovely treasure room is just one turret away from being mine. They're cheating? Yeah, it felt like it. I didn't lose an arm, so like, oh well, it's annoying, but it's, you know, I'm alive. But I hate when that happens. And as we already knew, this was the grav panel spot, so I'll have my haulers start hauling the gravs. Unfortunately, we got a shield generator, which I don't need. You only can have 2, and I already have 2. I don't need 3, so I guess we sell it. Bit of a bummer. But, yeah, whatever. I was hoping for a fuel optimizer, but no such luck. Uh-oh. They're prepare a while and they're down there. Okay. Let's not risk this. Everyone go to vacuum safe. We have, like, a kill box, so they'll die, no problem. I just want to get in. Oh, and I had completely parked my ship for a situation like this. It's Scythers. Well, they can't hit anything. So, that's perfect. That's hilarious. Skyra's getting a little vac exposure. It's only mild, but her armor is not high enough to fully protect her. Air Dog, Preach Health Skyra. So I was hoping to fire on the Scythers to soften them up before they come storming. Stochastic, you are too slow because you're not in movement armor. Because this is a swarm of Scythers. Definitely a situation where we just bunker and let the turrets do their thing. Break fire, move it. Door closed. And then anytime anything gets damaged enough, I'll just turn it off. Meg, I want you repairing the door. Technically, the Scythers can't even hit these other turrets. They're not... Oh, no, they could, but they'd have to go through the walls. Liara, you... I have an idea. Oh, they're still destroying it. Come on. Lure to Mag. Oh boy, oh boy. Alright, that backsplash is going to be uranium. So that exploding turrets don't open up our ship. Having the auto turrets, autocannons be back here would be very helpful. Because we just don't have a lot of firing power once they've, like, stormed us. But skipping Mag over here as a physical lure worked pretty well. I think, in the future, designing it in such a way where we can have a little bit more freedom of movement would be very helpful. Where we can traverse around the edges or something. But we have a little bit of repair to do, that's no problem. So, you guys are on VacSafe, and VacSafe is going to include these walls, even though that's not strictly safe. And we have a lot of mechs to destroy. So once we get back to somewhere that has, you know, atmosphere, we can go ahead and reinforce these walls with uranium. What do we have left to do? So we need to get the shield gen, the grav panels, and then, like, hack these two doors. So I'll add this to area 1. And then we want to go through here to figure out if there's any treasure in this area. But that would be the last loot area, which we'll head to once Skyra's health recovers a bit. Having autocannon turrets on the outside of the ship, now that we have more panel availability, would help to mitigate situations like that where the Scythers could do bad damage because they'd be getting blasted on approach. Very rude that they even destroyed my shelf for the incinerator launchers. The other thing you could try to do is EMP blast the bridge, too. I didn't grab an EMP launcher, but that might not have been a bad idea. In hindsight. But, you know, all's well that ends well. We're fine, we're alive. No one really got all that hurt, so... could have been a lot worse. Alright, Skyra, your needs were just met, so... Liara is going to eat a very nice meal and then go hack those doors. Skyra, you're gonna go open those doors. Alright, so our turrets are back. As if nothing happened. This obviously was a hallway, but what's this? No loot, so don't care. Okay, we're clear. All we need to do is haul the grav light and the shields, and we'll be set to launch. So, Mag and Breakfire, go do that. Question for you guys. What to do with smithing? Prioritize armor, prioritize bionics. I only have one smith and I have somewhat finite plasteel, so it's essentially I'm asking how should I use my plasteel? Yo, if you're that pissed, just drink a beer and chill. All right. I kind of wish these sealed crates would say it would not be called sealed once you open them. So if you searched for sealed, I kind of wish there was a search term for like the crates that you can open. Like, all-encompassing, because crate alone isn't enough, because it will show you hermetic crates that are already, like, empty. There isn't, like, an easy way to search for everything all at once. The other thing I just realized is, I think what we're going to want to do is make landfall, but then I don't really know where we're going next. Making landfall so that we can redesign the tip a bit, but, we have a cave system. Yeah, maybe I'll go towards the cave system. So we're ready to launch. Okay, yeah, I grabbed that stuff. I can't believe I have 3 shield generators. How stupid. Glyral meds? They were grabbed too. So we can't get all the way to the cave system, but we can get around here. So we've already been to this map tile. I don't really like grasslands because I like trees to cut down for chem fuel. This is an oak grove. I don't want to be in a rainforest because I don't want to get super sick. So I'm hoping to find temperate forest that has like a lot of animals or something. But I don't want to get too far from there. So maybe I'll just any temperate forest is fine. So this map tile will do. Is it too close to them? Yes, it is too close to Duder cities. In that case, is this too close to Duder cities? Nope. Yeah, perfect. I mean, it has a cave system, so it might have some bugs, but not a problem. And you guys want me to prioritize bionics? Copy that. So the current priority is redesign the ship and head to the cave system. So this stopover point is gonna maybe be a minute, because we have a lot of ship redesign to do. We want a larger ritual room for a reliquary, we want a different barracks, we want possibly a different kitchen, we want a landing pad for our shuttle. So it needs to serve a lot of purposes. There's an ancient danger in here. Let's search for ores. So one thing is, we're probably going to want to park next to steel, because a large ship redesign means a high need for steel. So there is an ancient danger here and steel here, so parking around here might be fine. They're still there. Perfect. So I'm going to park close to where the trees are, so that we can get more chem fuel. And then somewhat close to the... Oh, squishing the anima tree? Yes, why not? Where is all the steel? I want to be near steel and trees, and that's... I guess this should be fine. Leave space to expand. So, there's a pretty decent amount of space to expand. If I park, like, here. Around the ship. Cooldown, 1.1 days. That's quick. Alright. Before we go any further, for chem fuel, we're going to want to cut down some trees. And then if we take a look at this zoning, I think I am going to move the tailor bench and the butcher table to move the grav extenders here and there. So I have a bigger sphere of influence available to me. Alright. So, the first thing I want to do, because it's Liara, so don't forget what leader we're talking about, is to, expand the throne room a bit more. Because the throne room, as far as Liara is concerned, is basically the most important thing. So, the idea here is we want to armor it up, and then have it be like... I'm gonna expand it like this, basically. As large as it can go. So it's a little bit roomier back there. And with double air walls. So even though we have the shuttle and everything else, Liara's will is law, if you will. We are also gonna need some marble for the fine floors. So most of it was slate, but I think the new sections I'll put as marble. Where is my stone cutter? Here it is. I don't know where this is gonna go. I don't know, I'll just put it out there for now. Queuing up steel mining. Let's search for other materials. So searching for ore, there is none. Searching for plasteel, there is none. Searching for jade, there is none. Okay. Got it. Screw you too, game. Turtle, take off that super slow suit of yours. Batteries are quite low. Yeah, but they're power positive. They're charging. Just not an issue. I'm doing okay on meat, but it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit more hunted. And I don't have tons of uranium, so I think the throne room expansion isn't going to have the armored throne room just yet. Because we had fairly well established that this section needs to be uranium pretty desperately, more than other areas of the ship. Because we nearly had a blowout, which would have been a bit of an issue. So we'll prioritize that over everything else. I guess that corner can be shaved off. Doesn't net me any additional zonage. Oh, Air Dog, you should also get out of your suit. Yes, Aram, brilliant idea. Become one with the ship. And then we'll have a undignified throne room as a result of the lack of the fine floors, but like they'll become fine eventually. In the meantime, we'll do marble walls where it's doubled up instead of ship walls or jade walls. So where the jade is going to go will be marble temporarily. Big old throne room. Just how Liara wants it. This is such a good track. Come on, guys. Uranium up the front, too. I don't want a big hole in my ship. So this new front section, being that it is all uranium, is going to get dyed to indicate armor. And now the expanded throne room is all set, and I'll ooh, an Imperial Trader. I'll queue up the fine floors. Is there slate? Okay, there is some slate. I don't know how much slate there is, but I'd like for the new floors to be slate if possible. I know I don't have a lot of slate, but I'm going to see what kind of slate I can recover so that the floors don't look weird. But there's some other things I could do to avoid weird looking floors. So one of the things I could do is do morbid floors like a stripe like this. And then the displaced slate will go here. So that it's not like a weird splotchy pattern. Okay. Bye, Cougar. So I like that. That'll work for me. Alright. I don't want you guys trampling in my ship. It's my ship, not your ship, so get the ship out. Let's see. They don't have jade for sale. Molecular analysis, don't really care. I have absolutely no need for terraforming seeds. I think I already have a psychic reader. You guys have nothing that I want to buy. Really lame. But they told me about ancient mercenaries. 13 enemies with a unique masterwork weapon, and it's not that far from us. So the next hop doesn't necessarily have to be the cave system. I'll have you guys decide where to go to next. Cave, mercs. See, the cave is grav core, the mercs are unique masterwork weapon. And the purpose of this is try to get the throne room up to 170 once it's done. Because 170 is a better threshold for wondrously impressive, which will help with mood for everyone. So that's the real drive for the throne room improvements. And then once the throne room is improved, then I can work on the everything else. But obviously, someone like Liara is going to prioritize throne room over everything else. So, you know, her demands are law. Great, my tree cutting zone. Thanks, Flash Storm. You are the greatest. I landed in the woods, and now I don't have trees. I guess I'll have to just kill animals. That works for me. Animal. Meat. Chem fuel from meat. I'll just do that way. There's a lot of animals on this map tile, so I'm not too worried about it. I also realized that with the increased size, I have not done home zoning. It took me staring at fire to realize, oh yeah, I might want to do that. Now that I have the ability to make advanced components, the other thing that might be nice is to get an orbital scanner. I don't have a ton of excess power at the moment. I have 600 watts, but orbital scanner is 500 watts, so I have enough for an orbital scanner at least. We need... I think we have all the marble for this. Perfect. Oh, we found yet another grav core. Frozen terraformer just past the cave system. Cool. And it looks like we're going to head to Mercs next, so let me update the priority. Nice. So the throne room is 165. Got it. I think... Well, that works. So opening up the overlay here. The idea for the change to the system. I do want to move the large thrusters. Because that's not where I wanted the large thrusters anyway. So I'm going to move the large thrusters here. And eventually we'll enshroud them. That's when we have even more ship component parts. Oh. Okay, there we go. Alright, with them moved, we fill in the voids. Maybe get rid of the sandstone. So I'm gonna dump chunks here. The ship looks like a conquest? It sure does. And not really an accident either. Slightly on purpose. I don't really need to increase the size of my research room or my fabrication room. Although having this be a little bit larger to accommodate some extra shelves might be nice. What's up your butt? Everything. Okay. Oh, God, speaking of which. Chimney. I'm sure that was a contributing factor. So I have about 200 tiles left to play with. I'm going to wait for these to be constructed so I have an accurate measurement. Hospital space was something I was considering. Up here somewhere. Close to the entryway. Like have a prison and a hospital. Once the barracks can move elsewhere. I had already thought of that. It's just they were temporarily being stored here. So we are at... We have 174 tiles left. Okay. And I have more than enough gravelite panels to accommodate that change. So, it needs to be smaller than this. That's 175. 174. I could do that, but I think I want a little bit more tiles to play with so I can add like autocannon turrets at the outside of the ship. So maybe something like this, where we have a barracks and a freezer and a crafting room and like a slave room or something like that. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Odyssey, the Pilgrim ship, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, fellow pilgrims.